The Tupolev Tu-144 promised to revolutionize air travel, soaring into the skies with unmatched speed. But behind its sleek exterior lay a tale of ambition, technical failures, and financial disaster. Was this marvel of engineering a groundbreaking achievement or the biggest waste of money in aviation history? The Cold War race to supersonic travel. One of the most fascinating and costly stories in aviation history is the Tupolev Tu-144, also known as the Konkordsky. Let's set the scene in the late 1960s, a time when the world was gripped by the Cold War. This wasn't just a battle of military might, it was a race for technological supremacy, especially in aviation. Think of engineers and scientists working tirelessly, fueled by ambition and a desire to outdo one another. The Soviets were particularly eager to showcase their technological prowess. They wanted to prove they could match or even surpass their Western rivals. This ambition wasn't just about speed. It was about cutting travel times across vast distances and claiming bragging rights over the Concorde, which was being developed by Britain and France. The stakes were incredibly high. The development of supersonic jets represented a significant leap in engineering and a chance to assert dominance in a world divided by ideology. As tensions simmered, both sides pushed the boundaries of what was possible in aviation. It's fascinating to see how this fierce competition laid the groundwork for one of aviation history's most ambitious endeavors. This race wasn't just about technology, it was also about national pride. Each side wanted to demonstrate that their system, capitalism or communism, could produce superior technology. The world watched closely as these two superpowers fought for supremacy in the skies. The birth of the Konkordsky. Now let's talk about the Tupolev Tu-144 itself. Designed by Andrei Tupolev and his team, this aircraft was more than just a plane. It symbolized Soviet ingenuity and determination. The Soviet government set an audacious goal. The Tu-144 had to take flights by the end of 1968. Can you think of the pressure on those engineers? Visualize this bustling design bureau where teams worked tirelessly, driven by coffee and ambition. The design featured innovative technology, including a double delta wing for better aerodynamics and a drooping nose for improved visibility during takeoff and landing. It was larger than its Western counterpart and promised incredible speeds of over Mach 2. However, with such high expectations came significant challenges. The rush to compete raised serious questions about quality control and safety measures. Many engineers worried that tight deadlines could compromise safety standards. Even with these concerns, the project moved forward at breakneck speed. The birth of the Konkordsky is a captivating story, showcasing how national pride can drive innovation, but also lead to hasty decisions with lasting consequences. This aircraft would soon take place in history as both a triumph of engineering and a cautionary tale. As excitement was built within the Soviet Union, everyone wondered, would this aircraft be able to outshine its Western counterpart? Would it redefine air travel? These questions hung in the air as anticipation grew for its first flight. First flight and early promises. Fast forward to December 31st, 1968, a day that would go down in history. The Tupolev Tu-144 soared into the skies for its maiden flight. This moment made headlines as the first supersonic transport aircraft ever to take off, generating excitement about its potential to revolutionize air travel. Piloted by Eduard Yelyin, this flight wasn't just a technical achievement, it was a significant victory for Soviet pride. As news spread about this remarkable feat, expectations soared through the roof. The Tu-144 was set to transform air travel, promising passengers unprecedented speeds and drastically reduce travel times across continents. However, while initial excitement filled the airwaves, whispers of concern emerged regarding its rushed development process. Would it live up to its lofty promises? Groundbreaking moments can be both thrilling and precarious. Early reports highlighted impressive performance metrics, but also raised questions about reliability. Even with these concerns, Tu-144's first flight was celebrated as a monumental achievement in aviation history. It showcased Soviet engineering capabilities on an international stage and set high hopes for commercial operations. However, with many ambitious projects, reality would soon challenge those early promises. In subsequent flights, some issues began to emerge, problems that would later haunt this ambitious aircraft. While it had made history with its first flight, could it maintain that momentum? The aviation world held its breath as expectations clashed with reality. The glitz of supersonic service. When the Tu-144 finally entered commercial service in 1975, it was marketed as an extraordinary travel option, an experience unlike any other. With its sleek design and luxurious features, passengers were promised an unparalleled journey through the skies. Think about stepping aboard this magnificent aircraft. Plush interiors and cutting-edge technology created an atmosphere of excitement. Initial flights were filled with wonder as travelers marveled at speeds that seemed straight out of science fiction. However, behind all that, glitz lay challenges that would soon surface. Even with its impressive capabilities, operational issues began to creep in. Cancellations and reliability concerns started to tarnish its reputation. Technical problems plagued early flights. Passengers experienced delays due to mechanical failures. Even glamorous innovations can face hurdles in real-world applications. The Tu-144's operational life was short-lived. It struggled to maintain profitability amid rising operational costs and safety concerns. Ultimately, it became clear that even with its groundbreaking design and initial promise, the Concordski would not achieve lasting success in commercial aviation. By 1978, after only 102 flights, Aeroflot retired from passenger service due to safety concerns following two serious incidents. What began as an ambitious project ended up highlighting critical lessons about rushing technological advancements without thorough testing. Cracks in the facade. As the Tupolev Tu-144 entered service, it quickly became apparent that it faced significant technical challenges and reliability issues. Even with its impressive design and ambitious goals, the aircraft logged a staggering 226 failures during its operational life, with 80 occurring in flight. This alarming rate of failure led to growing skepticism among airlines and passengers alike. One of the most critical issues was related to fatigue cracking. Many parts of the Tu-144 were machined from large blocks of metal, a process that was initially celebrated as advanced technology. However, this approach resulted in defects that went undetected during manufacturing. Cracks formed at load levels below what the parts were expected to withstand. Once a crack started to grow, it spread rapidly, leading to catastrophic failures. Additionally, the aircraft suffered from structural weaknesses. The design prioritized aerodynamics over robustness, leading to a fragile airframe that couldn't withstand the stresses of supersonic flight. Passengers experienced unbearable noise levels due to an inadequate cooling system and engine placement, making conversations nearly impossible. These reliability issues resulted in numerous flight cancellations and operational difficulties. Airlines began to question whether they could safely operate the Tu-144. As passengers became aware of these problems, confidence in the aircraft plummeted. What was once hailed as a technological marvel quickly became a source of concern and skepticism. The combination of technical flaws and operational challenges created a perfect storm for the Tu-144. Airlines were reluctant to invest in an aircraft that seemed more trouble than it was worth. The growing unease among passengers further compounded these issues, making it increasingly difficult for Aeroflot to maintain profitable operations. The Paris Airshow disaster. Now let's discuss one of the most infamous moments in Tu-144 history, the crash during the 1973 Paris Airshow. This event would have lasting repercussions for public perception and safety concerns surrounding supersonic travel. During the airshow, the Tu-144 was performing a demonstration flight when it tragically crashed after experiencing a series of failures. Eyewitnesses reported seeing it stall before entering a steep dive. The aircraft broke apart mid-air, with debris falling onto nearby houses in Goussainville, France. This disaster resulted in loss of life and cast a dark shadow over the entire program. The incident had immediate effects on public perception. What was once viewed as a groundbreaking achievement now raised serious questions about safety and reliability. Media coverage intensified scrutiny of the Tu-144 and its design flaws, leading many to wonder if supersonic travel was worth the risks involved. While this disaster did not immediately halt the program, it dealt a significant blow to its reputation. The crash highlighted critical safety concerns that had been previously overlooked or downplayed. As skepticism grew among airlines and passengers alike, confidence in supersonic travel began to wane. In the aftermath of the crash, investigations revealed that pilot error contributed to the accident, but also pointed out systemic issues within Tupolev's design and manufacturing processes. This revelation only deepened concerns about whether such advanced technology could be safely operated under real-world conditions. A short-lived legacy. Reflecting on its operational history reveals how quickly the Tu-144's legacy declined after only a few years in service. Even with its ambitious beginnings and initial excitement surrounding its capabilities, the aircraft struggled to maintain profitability and safety standards. By 1978, just 3 years after entering commercial service, Aeroflot retired the Tu-144 from passenger operations due to ongoing safety concerns and economic inefficiencies. The aircraft had completed only 102 flights, logging 181 hours of flight time before being pulled from service. The Tu-144 became a symbol of ambition, an unfulfilled stark reminder of how groundbreaking technology can falter when rushed into production without adequate testing and refinement. While it showcased remarkable engineering potential, its operational failures overshadowed those achievements. In aviation history, the Tu-144 serves as both an innovative milestone and a cautionary tale about overreaching ambition without proper groundwork. It highlights how technological advancements must be matched by rigorous safety protocols and thorough testing to ensure success. Lessons learned by Konkordsky. As we conclude this exploration of the Tupolev Tu-144, several key lessons emerge regarding aviation innovation and economic investment. The story of this aircraft teaches us about the delicate balance between technological ambition and practical execution. First and foremost, rushing innovation can lead to disastrous consequences. The Soviet Union's desire to compete with Western powers resulted in cutting corners during development, an approach that ultimately backfired spectacularly. Thorough testing is essential. Without it, even well-intentioned projects can become monumental failures. Additionally, this story emphasizes the importance of addressing safety concerns proactively rather than reactively. The numerous technical challenges faced by the Tu-144 should serve as a reminder that prioritizing speed over safety can have dire consequences for both manufacturers and passengers. Finally, history views the Tupolev Tu-144 as one of aviation's biggest financial missteps, a cautionary tale for future innovations in aerospace technology. As new supersonic projects emerge today, like Boom Supersonic Overture or other electric aircraft, it's crucial for engineers and developers to learn from past mistakes to avoid repeating them. What do you think? Was the ambition to create a supersonic passenger jet worth the risks, or did it ultimately set aviation back? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. If you find this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.